Hey now there, Star Wars fans. Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show, and I know 2 videos in 1 week, in addition to the live stream, too much for your head to handle, but hey, we had lots of comics to talk about, so today I'm bringing you the recap and new canon review of Darth Vader number 22, which also happens to have some Crimson Reign crossover material. In fact, you know, with Star Wars 22 that I recapped yesterday, check it out on the channel, youtube.com/Star Wars Time Show. But we're finally starting to see how the Crimson Reign is crossing into Star Wars and Vader and Kira's plan in particular. We're getting to see new layers of it and payoffs of it from past issues. So I'm having a little fun again here with the Star Wars comics. So let's get right into it because we do have some cool canon in Darth Vader number 22. So we start off by returning to where we last left Vader. He was with Sabe and Ochi. He now knows that they're both in Crimson Dawn, and they know that he knows, and he's using them still for whatever ultimate plan he has to bring order to the Empire through vanquishing Crimson Dawn. So it's kind of interesting. Early on, Vader almost teaches them a lesson. He's like, listen, people, if you kill the monster, many other monsters will appear in its stead. And, you know, they're kind of using this Aqua Sando monster that he took out many issues ago. So, you know, like I said, there are lots of payoffs in number 22 here. But he's showing them, like, listen, just because you kill the monster, in this case Crimson Dawn, it doesn't mean that that's it. You're going to have other monsters kind of show up in its place. So he teaches them that the hard way by dropping them off at the corpse of this big Sando monster. And then, of course, a bunch of other little monsters are there to take its place. So they're like, hey, man, what's going on here? We're just infiltrating Crimson Dawn because we wanted to help you out. That's why. But he's like, no, listen. Like I said, he was teaching them a lesson, and it gets paid off again towards the end of this issue. So anyways, Vader doing his way of teaching, which usually means almost getting murdered or eaten by a monster. So you gotta love the Dark Lord of the Sith and his sense of humor and his pedagogy. So anyways, they get the picture. Like, listen, you know, our job's not done here. We gotta almost pit the other monsters against each other to bring true order to the galaxy. So that's kind of the plan here. So they learned their lesson, and here's where we get kind of the first cool new bit of canon for Darth Vader himself. So he leaves with Sabe to head back to where she was chilling with Crimson Dawn. And upon their arrival, she struts out, she busts out her Crimson Dawn hologram saying, yo, I'm official. And she makes the following decree. Lord Vader commands this cell of Crimson Dawn now. So there you have it. At one point in time, in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader was running a Crimson Dawn cell. And as we'll learn in this issue, he uses it to go against the Empire to clean up some more of these supposed monsters that he has in mind. So I thought that was neat that Vader himself was mixed up tangentially through Sabe into Crimson Dawn and was running a cell. So obviously, the Crimson Dawners aren't a huge fan of him showing up, so he's got to let them know, like, listen, I am the one. I am strong. Don't mess with me or die. All right? So they kind of get the picture. But then we kind of switch gears to see what other levers Vader is pulling here for this ultimate plan. So he sends Ochi back to Ramadi's fleet here. All right, and, you know, Ochi's like, listen, man, Vader's going rogue. So it seems like Ochi's ratting out Vader, but deep down we know this is all Vader's grand plan. He also wants to take out some of Ramadi's forces because he thinks Ramadi has crossed him or did try and cross him in a past issue. So it's just, it's crazy how many irons are in the fire between Vader's plan to take down Crimson Dawn, but also Lady Kira and her plan to take down the Sith. And as I said, they're all kind of coming to a head across these various Star Wars comics. So Ochi's like, listen, man, I know how you can kind of get one on Vader and that crew he's been using for Crimson Dawn, the same crew that took out your special forces. So like I said, it seems like, hey, Ochi's going to screw Vader over. What's up with that? But no, it's all part of the grand plan. So they kind of make a deal. Ochi's like, listen, dude, I can help you out here. I want to get on your good side, too, just in case Vader loses, because we've learned Ochi is the ultimate scumbag and will hedge his bet in any way possible to end up on the winning side. So anyways, we go back to Oro Sankaria in the Outer Rim, where Valance is at with some of the crew that Vader has been using to take out Crimson Dawn. But as they're chilling, trying to figure out where Ochi's at and what to do next, guess who shows up? The Empire, in particular, Ramadi's forces. So he sent these people here at Ochi's almost request, but the tip, more or less. And they start trying to take out Vader's squad that he's been using to go after Crimson Dawn. But here, this is where Vader, as a new commander of Crimson Dawn, unleashes their hidden force. All right, so like I said, the big new canon here is Crimson Dawn was commanded, at least they was commanded by Darth Vader at some point in time in between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and he used Crimson Dawn to fight the Empire. You've got to love the fallen Anakin Skywalker in the way he thinks. So you're going like, why would Vader do this in the end? Well, he kind of lets us know as we round out this issue. All right, so just as Ramadi's about to call his forces back because they're outnumbered, Vader gets on the chat and he's like, nope, not happening. Keep them there. This was all my plan. I did this on purpose to draw out Crimson Dawn hidden forces so we could take them out. So keep your troops there. And sure enough, Ramadi has to obey, and it leads to everyone getting taken out at once. So the Imperials that Ramadi sent and that big Crimson Dawn faction that Vader unleashed. So what he did, just like he was trying to teach Ochi and Sabe at the beginning of the issue, was he used the monsters to kill other monsters to further push himself towards his endgame, which is snuffing out Crimson Dawn for his daddy, Palpatine. All right, so that's kind of where things end. You know, Vader shows up, his faction's like, oh, he saved us, and Ochi's like, no, he didn't. We're all just part of his schemes and plans. He got done what he wanted to do, which was taking out Ramadi's forces, as well as one of the larger Crimson Dawn cells in one fell swoop. But we do get one additional interesting bit of canon as the issue closes. Vader rolls up to Sabe like, hey man, they're scared of me now, right? They fear me, because that's what he wants. He wants everyone to be scared of him, because that makes him tough and powerful or something like that. And he asks, does nothing scare you, handmaiden? And she goes, why should I be scared? And we end with, of Anakin Skywalker. So there you have it, Star Wars fans. Sabe, not wasabi. Sabe was able to infer Darth Vader's secret. And that secret being that he is Anakin Skywalker, the Jedi she knew to be a lover of Padme back during the prequel era. So it'll be interesting to see where this revelation takes their relationship, because I have felt like ever since Vader crossed paths with Sabe, he does have some sort of a soft spot for her. He didn't kill her back on Naboo when she attacked him. He hasn't killed her yet with all these further betrayals with Crimson Dawn and whatnot. And now that she knows that he's Anakin, who knows what that is going to produce. So I'm looking forward to Darth Vader 23. So great issue, like I said, Darth Vader 22. It's finally feeling like Crimson Reign is hitting its stride and actually providing meaningful crossover content. We're getting payoffs on past events that have happened in other issues of Vader or Crimson Reign or Star Wars. So it's cool. I mean, the crossover is finally happening, because I've been a bit down on Crimson Reign. But I'm liking what we've gotten so far this week in particular in Star Wars 22 and now Darth Vader 22. So 2 lightsabers up. All right, my friends, that is that. If this is your first time checking out a Star Wars Time Show production, I'd love for you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel down there below the video, and go ahead and turn on those notifications. We do a weekly live stream of our podcast every Tuesday, 2:30 p. East on the channel. So again, another reason to subscribe. Or if you prefer to consume your podcasts through traditional podcast platforms, you can always use the links down in the description of the video. you could also just go to StarWarsTime.net, because there's always time for Star Wars time, my friends. And if you listen to the Star Wars Time Show, the Force will be with you always.